gaya ng naramdaman mo nung ikaw ay nagsusulat ng kwento. Naintindihan niyo ba ang katangian at elemento ng anekdota? Oo, magaling. Meron na po ipapakitang video sa inyo. Sino nga ba ang tauhan ng kwento? Binibining Abela? Magaling. Si Zach ang ating pangunahing tauhan. Sino naman o saan naman naganap yung kwento? Binibining Archie? Magaling sa paaralan. Ngayon, ano ba ang nakuha ninyong aral? Binibining Bagukan? Magaling, bigyan natin siya ng 3 bagsak. Ang aral na napulot natin sa kwentong iyan ay dapat marunong tayong magbalanse ng ating oras. Naintindihan niyo ba ang aking tinalakay? Kung naintindihan niyo ay bigyan niyo ako ng thumbs up. Magaling. Ngayon ay dadako tayo sa ating pangkatang gawain. Ito ang unang pangkat at pangalawang pangkat. Ang gagawin niyo lamang ay bigyan niyo ng anekdota si Jose Rizal sa pangkarpuna at anekdota ni Gabriela Sila sa pangkatalawa. Bibigyan ko lamang kayo ng 2 minuto. Tapos na ang 2 minuto, meron naman kayong mga isang representante kada bawat pangkat. Pinipili ka nila, maaari ka bang pumunta sa harap at pinipili aliin? Bigyan natin sila ng 3 bagsak. Magaling. Lubos sila talagang naunawaan ng ating talakayan na ano nga ulit-ulit yung ang paksa natin? Anekdota. Ngayon ay tutungo tayo sa ating pagsusulit. Bibigyan ko lamang kayo ng 1 minuto para sagutin ang ating pagsusulit. Tapos na ang 1 minuto, maaari nyo lang ipasa ang inyong mga sagot. Binibining Archie, maaari ka bang tumayo? Bigyan natin siya ng 5 bagsak dahil siya ang nakakuha ng malaking puntos. Ngayon, bago tayo matapos, ay basahin niyo muna ang inyong tagdang aralin.
Bukuhan ang mahigit na anekdota at ang nakalimang pangungusap tungkol sa isang personal na karanasan o karanasan na panood na kapasanong at tukuyin ang aral o mensahe ng iyong anekdota.
Ngayon, bago tayo magtapos, ay babalik muna tayo sa ating layunin. Titignan natin kung natamuha natin ang ating layunin. Natukoy niyo ba kung ano ang anekdota, mga katangian at elemento nito? Nakapagsasabi ba kayo ng inyong mga kaisipan o opinyon tungkol sa paksa tinalakay? Oo. Naipapakita ba ninyo ang aktibong pakikinahok at interes sa talakayan? At naipapakita ba ninyo ang pagpapahalaga ng mga mag-aaral sa mensahe gamit ang thumbs up o thumbs down? Oo. Ngayon, ayun lamang po at maraming salamat. Paalam.
Paalam at salamat po, Binibining Arezzo. di kaya sarili mong pinanganak. Pang-apat, ayusin ang melodiya. Ayusin ang melodiya sa pamamagitan ng pagkakasunod-sunod ng mga nota at tugma sa iyong hula. At pang-lima, pag-aralan at i-practice ang kanta. Hindi mo yung basta-basta ipusin na lang na hindi ka nagpa-practice. Kailangan mo i-practice upang maging komportable ka sa iyong presentasyon at sa pag-pakamayan nito. Ano nga ulit ang limang hakbang sa pagsulat ng tula na may hinig?
Pumili ng paksa, sulat ng tula, pagdadaan ng mga hilig, ayusin ang melodiya, pag-aralan at i-practice ang kanta.
Naiintindihan ang ba ang paksa na may parang? Ngayon, meron ang susunod na pangkat. Kung saan, hahatiin ko kayo sa dalawang pangkat at dalawang pangkat. Bawat pangkat ay pipili ng isang tema ayon sa pag-ibig, pamilya, kaligayahan o kabanahan. Sa bawat pangkat ay gagawa ng tula na may dalawa hanggang apat na tutor at lalagyan mo ito ng pagbibigayan kung kayo nakinig sa kilalang awit, hindi kaya sa kilalang awit. At pagkatapos, pipili kayo ng isang dalawang pag-aaral o sila sa inyong bibigyan ko lamang kayo ng 2 minuto sa paggawa nito. Tapos na ang 2 minuto, bawat pangkat meron na ba kayo napiling na mag-aaral ng mag-iisip? Opo. Dito, tumayo. Magaling, maraming salamat. Napakahusay na ito mga nagawa. Bigyan sila ng ibang bagsak. Dito naman sa ikalawang minuto, sino ang magpipresenta? Napakahusay na inyong mga presentasyon ngayon araw. Bigyan din sila ng ibang bagsak. Upang malaman natin kung lubos nyo talaga naiintindihan ang paksa natin ngayon, ay meron akong hinihindahan ng susulit. Kumuha kayo ng isang kapat na papel at salutan nyo. Tapos na, pakibasan mga papel sa Pilipining Tagoyong Marita. Bigyan natin siya ng 5 bagsak dahil siya ang nakakuha ng malaking marka. Para sa inyong takdang aralin, pakikunan na lang ng litrato. Bago tayo magtapos, ay titignan muna natin kung lubos niya talagang maintindihan. Thumbs up kung lubos niyo maintindihan, thumbs sa gitna kung naiintindihan niyo lang, at thumbs down kung hindi niyo naiintindihan. Mabuti naman kung sa ganun nakikita kung thumbs up ang lahat. Ngayon, bago tayo magtapos, ay balikan muna natin ang ating mga layunin. Naipaliwanag niyo ba ang iba't ibang hakbang sa pagsulat ng tula na may hilig?
Opo.
Nakasusulat ba kayo ng maikling tula na may hilig?
Opo.
Naipapakita ba ninyo ang kumpiyansa sa malikhaing pagpapahayag?
Opo.
Napapalagahan ba ninyo ang tula at musika bilang sining?
Opo.
Kung sa ganon, maraming salamat sa inyong kooperasyon at pagkikilahok. Paalam.
Paalam, salamat po. Pilipining
Kung kayo talaga ay nakikinig sa aking talakayan noong unang talakayan. Ang aking tinalakay ay pagsulat ng maikling tula na may meaning. Ngayon naman, umako tayo sa aking aktibidad. Meron akong ipapakitang litrato sa inyo. Ano ang nararamdaman nyo kapag isa sa pamilya nyo ay mawawala sa inyong buhay? Okay, Pilipinas ito. Ano nararamdaman mo? Okay. Magaling. Bigyan natin siya ng isa. Bagsak. No, kapag mawawala ang ating pamilya, isa sa kapamilya natin sa buhay, tayo ay malulungkot, malulumbay, may inagpis, at may pighati. Ngayon naman, sa susunod na larawan, Wi-Fi o signal. Ano kayang mararamdaman nyo kapag mawawalan tayo ng Wi-Fi o signal? Tapos meron tayong importante na ginawa. No, ano mararamdaman nyo? Binibining bueno? Okay, magaling binibining bueno. Bigyan siya na isang bagsak. Kung mawawalan tayo ng Wi-Fi o signal, tayo ay maiirita, maiinis, may galit, at meron tayong puot at ngit-ngit. Ngayon naman, batay sa pinakita kong mga larawan, paano nyo susunod-sunod ang mga salita na ibinigay nyo kanina? Okay, binibining alili. Okay, maraming salamat, binibining alili. Bigyan siya na isang bagsak. No, pinagsusunod-sunod natin ang mga salita na binigay natin kanina base sa hindi ng damdamin ng salita. Ngayon naman, ano kaya ang panibagong paksa na ating tatalakayin sa araw na ito? Okay, binibining Archie. Okay, magaling. Ang panibagong paksa na ating tatalakayin sa araw na ito ay patungkol sa... Pero bago yan, pakibasa muna ng ating layunin.
Sa loob ng 10 minuto na karanasan, ang mag-aaral sa ikasampung baitang ng anak.
ng doktrina na tutukoy ba natin?
Opo.
Nailantas ang mga salita batay sa tindi ng emosyon o damdamin.
Opo.
Nabibigyan ka na ba ang gamit ng pag-aaral ng mga salita sa pang-araw-araw ng pamumuhay? Nabibigyan ka na ba natin?
Opo.
Naisa sa buhay ang impakya at pag-unawa sa iba't ibang sitwasyong kalipunan.
Opo.
Okay, magaling. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagkakas. Paalam.
mga layunin na ating inasahang matamo sa talakayang ito. Mga mahalagang impormasyon sa pagsusuri ng anekdota muna na student. Ngunit bago yan, di ba sinabi ko sa inyo noong unang talakayan natin na isa-isa at basahin niyo ang anekdota muna na student. Ngayon ay ibubuod na lamang natin ito. Simula ay kilala si Persia na ngayon ay tinatawag na natin Iran bilang isang mahusay at alamatan na tagapagsalaysay ng kwento ay katapangan. Dahil sa kanyang pagkiro ang estado ng pagsasalaysay, marami ang naaaliw at patuloy na pinapasa ang kanyang mga kwento mula noon hanggang sa kasalukuyan. Ang isang araw ay pinagitahalit siya ang magtagpakis sa mga tao sa halip ng magsimula agad bilang niya mga tagapakinig kung alam ba nila ang kanyang sasabihin. Na sumagot sila ng hindi, umalis siya at sinabi, wala siyang palong sa mga taong hindi alam ang kanyang sasabihin. Muli siya inumitahan at sumagot ng mga tao ng oo, umalis siyang hindi dahil alam na raw nila ang kanyang sasabihin. Sa katong pagkakataon naman, kalahati ng mga tao ang sumagot ng oo at kalahati ay hindi. Kaya sinabi ni Mula na ang mga may alam na ang siyang magsasabi sa mga walang alam bago siya, tuluyang rescue na ang ibagdali. Ngayon ay magpatuloy naman tayo sa mga pagsusuri. Una, ang tema o paksa ng akda. Sa madaling salita, ang tema o paksa ng akda ay siyang ang pangunahing ideya o mensahe na nais pagdating ng manunulat sa kanyang mga paksa. Pangalawa ay ang tauhan or karakter sa akda. Ano ba ang tauhan? Siyempre, yung mga taong tumigilos na gumaganap sa loob ng kwento. Kuha naman ay yung mga lugar na kinalapan ng mga tagpo sa loob ng isang kwento. Sa nitutang Mula, ang pamagat doon ay Mula at student. At ang papunang tauhan din naman doon ay si Mula. Kaya ito ko lamang yung sabi na natin agad na panipunang yun at pagpupunang ay Mula. Susunod naman ay ang paraan ng pagkakasulat. Ito ay ang estilo at paraan kung paano pinapahayag ng manunulat ang kanyang ideya sa mga babasa. Maaaring ito ay maging biro, maging nakakatuhanan ng pagiging seryoso. Sinasabi naman ito na ang katauhan ng author, makikita ito ang katawan ng Diyos pagkat maaaring ang susunod ng tao ito. Kung ito ay isang tao na hindi magbiro o likas na magbiro, siyempre yung mga masusulat mo na ito tayo, mayroong mga anong tatawag na talaga. Panghuli ay ang motibo ng ito ay ang layunin ng malanda sa pagsulat ng malanda. Ito ay maaaring paggawa, mga aral ng hikayat ng bigay ng informasyon at kung ano pa. Yun ang mga pagsusuri ng anekdota. Ngayon, may katanungan tayo sa mga pagsusuri. Pero, kaya tayo, kung ano gusto ng mga ng ating pinalakay, magkakaroon tayo ng pagkatang gawain. Ito ay patungkol pa rin sa anekdota lang. Pag-ibasa ng panunod, ang klase
Ay atin sa dalawang pangkat. Mula sa sinasang anekdota Mula na student, bawat pangkat ay gagawa ng graphic organizer na naglalaman ng mga sumusunod. Paksa, awa, tagpuan, motibo ng author na daan ng magsulat. Pumili ng representante sa bawat pangkat na naglalaan ng kanilang ginawa.
At pakibasa ng nasalihan natin.
Ang karunungan ay hindi nasusukat sa dami ng nalaman, kundi sa paraan ng pag-unawa at pagtuturo sa iba.
Sinasabi dito na hindi sapat mayroon ng maraming alam at hindi ko naman alam kung paano ito ipahagi sa iba o kung hindi mo alam kung paano ito ipahagi ang iyong mga kalaman sa iba. Ngayon ay Okay, good morning, grade 7, Amethyst.
Good morning, Teacher Nika.
So, please stand, Mother. Can you lead prayer? So, before you take your seat, kindly arrange your chair and pick up the pieces of trash. Okay, you will now take your seat. So, before we go to our discussion, let me ask you first. How was your vacation? I mean, how was your holiday, your Christmas, and your New Year? Okay, that's great. So, before we jump to our discussion, let's have an activity. So, our activity is called Ask a Problem. So, before I will begin the instruction, I will divide you into a group. This will be the group 1 and this will be the group 2. So, our instruction is I will give two short story scenario and you will pick one representative to each group. And I will read first the first scenario. So Ronald worked all night on his science project. When he arrived at school, he realized his folder was missing from his backpack. Anyone? Okay, very good. That's awesome. Let me
facts, avoid biases, and appears in everyday text like reports or email. And informative writing have key features. So the first one is clear purpose. So the text will topic answer the 5 W's. So the 5 W is who, what, when, where, why, and sometimes how. The next is structure. So structure organized into introduction, body, and conclusion. So introduction, from the first sentence is grab attention. So we should, as a writer, we should grab the attention. Second, value. So it is important that we explain the thesis with facts, statistics, or expert statements, or include supporting evidence and side sources we needed. And lastly, conclusion. So we should memorize. Memorize the main points and restate the thesis. No new evidence is introduced. So, tone in languages. So, from tone in language, it should be clear and precise. Transition, use transition words like first, next, however, and lastly. And supporting elements. Supporting elements, charts, tables, graphs, flowcharts, or hyperlinks can help organize information visually and enhance understanding. So, tips for effective informative writing. So, start with grab attention, just like what I said earlier. Be specific and concise. Keep the reader in mind that the language should be accessible and great. Ensure all information is accurate, readable, and unbiased, and with strong conclusions summarizing. So, here are the examples. So, how to include your features, introduction. Speaking is important and normal. Bodies and beginning. Properly, subject line, reading, introducing yourself, stating the purpose, introducing politely. Would you read the prayer, please? Before you take your seat, make sure all your chairs are aligned. Pick up the pieces of trash and make sure I see 80 yards straight down. Are you all done? Yes. Okay, you may take your seat. Okay, everyone, good morning. How was your holiday? Your Christmas, your New Year. Are you all very excited for the class opening? Okay, by the way, have you did you still remember our previous discussion? Yes? Very good. And for that, are you ready for our activity for this morning? Yes, okay, I will divide you into two groups. But before that, I have here a weapon. Okay, this one is for the group 1, and this one is for the group 2. I have here a statement, and the one who raised the flag first will have a chance to, and will answer the question. And if you think you are not fully satisfied with the questions and the answer of the group 2, the group 1 will have the chance to answer the questions. Okay. So this activity called Meaning in a Minute. Are you ready? Yes. Right, wait your PowerPoint. Very good. Grade 7. Okay. Sometimes silence says more than words ever could. Okay. Very good. Give clap to group 1, group 2. Next, a small act of courage can grip into a lifetime of change. Yes, group 1. is more on sayings that give us a lesson. There's a word that give us a lesson. For example, here, honesty is the best policy. Right? Is it true or not? Yes. Very good. So for the general truth is an idea or principle believed that is true to everyone across the different times and situations. So the general truth is everyone knows that that is true. For example, I will say this ribbon is colored pink. Is it true or not?
True.
For example, I will say the earth is circle. Is it true or not?
True.
Very good. So we also have another example here. Actions speak louder than words. Right? And what goes around comes around. So just like saying that do not do to others what you do not want others to want to do. Okay, here for the philosophy. A philosophy is a deeper reflection or belief about life. It's about philosophy that it gives you motivation, encouragement to your life. It's more on the behavior of the human. So I have your example here. Life is what you make for it. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Okay? And always remember, class, that all these three, this is a guide us to, this is also a guide for us to better understand each other's personalities and experiences in life. So did you fully understand the three differences of Maxine, general truth, and philosophy? Yes, very good. And do you think are you ready? You're ready for our activity? Yes, okay. For our activity, this called it say it, show it, and learn it. Okay, I will divide you into 4 groups. Okay, so group 1 and group 2, and group 3 and group 4. Okay, you have to answer. And make sure to submit it before the time. So, direction, please read the direction.
Read each line carefully. Identify whether it is maxim, general truth, or philosophy.
Very good. Here's number 1 to 5. Done? Next. Are you all done? Yes. Okay, pass your papers. Thank you. To fully ensure that you fully understand our discussion for this morning, I'll give you a quiz. Okay, read the instruction, please. Look Okay, the assignment. Take a picture for the assignment. Okay, make sure to submit before my time. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, but before that, let us read the learning objective, the objectives at the end of the discussion. Just need to be able to identify the type of statement, maxim, general truth, and philosophy.
Yes.
Okay. Have you created a real life scenario that demonstrates maxim, general truth, and philosophy?
Yes.
Yes. Have you demonstrate and respect and open-minded by listening to classmate interpretation and scenarios during group discussion and presentations?
Yes.
And have you practiced empathy and consideration of others' perspective by understanding and following diverse life circumstances and analysis of
I will group you into two. So this will be the group one and this will be group two. There will be words flashed on the screen and you will write it in a one-fourth sheet of paper. Okay? Now get your one-fourth. Okay? And these are your words. Kindly categorize it into categories. Are you done?
Yes, me.
Pass your paper. Thank you. So, we have categorized these words into, and now we will proceed with our discussion. So our topic for today is about word formation. So what is word? So before we proceed, let us read our learning objectives.
At the end of the lesson, the students will be able to identify the different types of word formation, show curiosity and interest in discovering how words are formed, infer the meaning of unfamiliar words by analyzing their form and origin, and classify words according to their word formation process, and appreciate the richness and creativity of the English language in everyday communication.
So what is word formation? Word formation is a process of making a word or words. It is the creation of a new word which uses many methods, and the process of forming new words show the constantly changing nature of language. So it helps us increase our vocabulary and understand the meaning of unfamiliar words more easily. So there are different types of word formation. First will be compounding. Can you read this, Alvin? Thank you. So compounding is a formation of two words. So example for that will be toothpaste, which is tooth plus paste, and sunflower, which is sun plus flower. So the second one is blending. Blending is a word formation process in which parts of two or more words are combined to create a word. For example, brunch. Do you know what is the meaning of brunch? Okay, very good. Rhea. Next, the third one is flipping. It is a process wherein a word of more than one syllable is reduced to a shorter form. For example, we have here exam, which is the shortcut for section, and add, which is advertisement. Right, very good. Next will be acronyms. Can you read? Okay, thank you. So for example, this is NASA. What do you mean by NASA? It means the National Aeronautics and Space Association. So next and last one, folk etymology. This is the changing of a word or phrase over time, which means that words from the older generations are changed over time. Alright, so have you understood our lesson?
Yes.
So to further assess your understanding, we will have a group activity. So having the same group, create one word using any word formation process. So it depends on you. You will to use blending, compounding, folk etymology, flipping, and or acronyms. So write and explain the following: the word, your created word, how it was formed, and its meaning. And share the created words with the class. So write it in a one-word paper again. Are you done?
Yes.
Let us have your one representative here in front and
we all know that journalistic articles are the news reports that provide information about what is really happening in our lives in school, not just in our community, but also in the world. So, in order for us to determine what will really the quality being a book by a journalistic article, so there are 5 principles of assessing the quality of journalistic articles based on the Philippine standard. What are these? Simplicity and brevity, precision, objectivity and punctuality, fairness and balance, and ethics. So what is simplicity and brevity? So be clear and precise writing means you have to avoid fancy and complex words in your journal articles. You have to be observed what being words represented in your reports for the readers for you to understand clearly and easily. Look at what represented on screen. Do you think which one is more understandable or not? The one, the set A or the set B? The one on the left side or the right side? The left side. Because it was directly on the reports. No complex words. No complex words or no using fancy words presented in the reports. Am I right? Okay, next is the precision. When it comes to precision, you have to operate fast. You have to put specific details, dates, and the locations of what is happening on that day to be the reports to be more credible. Okay, the third one is the objectivity and actuality. You draw tone or evidence. You have to be avoid an emotional tone, and you have to report only what can be proven, or you have to report only what is happening on that day. Don't exaggerate things or don't invent some details. Okay? And then the fairness and balance is multiple perspective. You have to represent all sides of the story. Means no biases, no favorites. Do we understood? The last one is the ethics. You have to show respect. Respect for privacy. You have to be honest. You have to tell the truth. No sensationalism or no discrimination. But did you understand? Yes. Okay, let's do a recap. What are these 5 principles again? Simplicity and brevity, precision, objectivity and quality, fairness and balance, and ethics. Okay, to make sure you truly understand our discussion today, tell the please. Can you get our portrait paper? Okay, write your name on the top. Okay, the instructions, you have to identify what principles is represented on each statement or article. Do we understand? Okay. Let's all start. Okay, number 1. Classes suspended in Cebu City on January 3, 2006 due to bad weather. What principle is represented?
sentence.